Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Bill Haney is saying they cheated over there. First, make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe to the channel. Let me say this, right? This whole thing with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, a lot of people don't want to let it go. And I can understand. There's a lot of people getting emotionally caught up with these fighters, the outcome of fights, etc. And for me, doing this for about a little over 2 years, I've realized that a lot of people get caught up in gender and religion. They get caught up in race. They get caught up in, supporting their fellow countrymen. Okay? And I'm not like that. So I really don't give a shit who wins, who loses. I just want to see a good fight. But this thing with Devin Haney, when I see grown men crying, first I find it funny, right? But then after I get past that, I say, well, why are there grown men taking it to the stupid, crying over Devin Haney losing? Boo-hooing, man. Snot coming out their nose, saliva coming out their mouth. What happened? That's my question. I watched the fight. Of course, everyone, it's no secret now, they know I did like 1,000 videos saying how Ryan Garcia would win. He'd knock him out. Too much speed and power. And that's what happened. But what did I miss? Somebody help me, please. What did I miss that, if I had a better understanding, would help me to maybe say, okay, I understand why people out here crying. I'm not talking about complaining. Hey, that comes with the territory. The guy you picked to win didn't win the fight. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I picked Tim Tszyu to beat Fundora. Didn't work out the way I thought. It was going that direction, then he got a hole in his head. I had picked the boy from Canada. I'm seeing his face. He got the hair shaved with it combed over. To beat David Benavidez. I just figured with the power that he had and the fact that David Benavidez had been knocked down with a jab, I figured he'd be able to get in there and get his left hook off on him. But he just, David Benavidez, obviously that was just a fluke when he got dropped by that jab in one of his earlier fights. So nonetheless, right, we don't always get it right. I thought David Benavidez should be the favorite, but I said, shit, I'm going to just go ahead and go with the underdog. But after that, I said, let me stop going with the underdog and be more realistic with my predictions, right? But no matter what, whether I get it right or wrong, I don't cry. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about throwing a goddamn party if I get it right either. But Bill Haney, I'm a little surprised what he said. You could tell that he's internalizing everything, and he's processing what happened with his son, Devin Haney. And what I think is happening here, well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Bill Haney, and I said this before, but I never really elaborated, right? He really felt that Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, that those people were going to love his son the way he loved him. No one, let me tell y'all something. I said something the other day, man, and you get some people who aren't adults about some of the stuff that I say, right? And I meant it. No one's going to love your blood like you love your blood. And I'll go out and say this. It's like a person having a child, and they hook up with somebody, right? And you try to form a relationship with them, and now your child has a stepmother, a stepfather. I'm not saying they won't love them. I'm not saying they won't care about them. I'm not saying they won't put money aside for the future, get them off to college, raise them to be a great man, a great woman. I'm not saying that. But you can't make me believe that they could love your child the way they love their own child, or that their blood runs through. I'm not saying they're going to treat one better than the other. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Because there's a lot of people who are good at them. Look, I don't have stepchildren. All four of my sons, my wife and I, we have 4 kids. You know, I was fortunate. You know, it's not a bad thing if some people grow up in a household that's, you know, stepfather, stepmother. It's not a bad thing. But I know the feeling I feel for my kids. When I'm out and I see other kids and stuff, yo, I love them kids too. Won't let nothing happen to them. But treat them like I treat my own. But there's a certain connection, man, when that's your blood. Anybody disagree with me? Cool. I'm just telling you, I strongly believe that. But at the same time, I treat all my son's friends like they're my own. I don't give a shit. Whatever I get my kids, when they're with me, they're mine. Simple. When I'm out, whatever I get my kids, they get. Whether it's shoes, clothes, food, we going out to mess around, we go fishing. They don't need nothing. I buy them fishing poles, I get them everything. They don't have to pay. When they're with me, they're mine. Simple. Same way if they're doing shit, I trap their ass up too. Because the most important thing to me is the safety of the child. But back on Bill Haney. All of what I just said, it leads into what I want to kind of dive in on. Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. I mean, what was Bill thinking? If Oscar De La Hoya is the champion as a promoter, who as the champion he was, and everyone he fought, and et cetera, if I know he's the champion that he was, and if he has that quality as a promoter, I know he's going to make this fight for Devin to fight the best, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Bill, you got what you were asking for. Did Bill not realize that Golden Boy is still in a reconstitution phase? They're still rebuilding from Canelo leaving. You know how much money went out the door when Canelo said, adios, 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 adios. He was out of there. You know how much money went out the door? Golden Boy went crazy. Oscar De La Hoya went crazy. Everybody started coming out speaking negatively about that man. And so you see, he didn't have any more superstars. Virgil Ortiz, ups and downs with health issues. Blair Cobb spoke out against Virgil Ortiz. He didn't want to help out Blair Cobb, but got a big win. He beat Maurice Hooker. Virgil Ortiz beat Maurice Hooker. Alexis Rocha came, lost to Santillan. So the people that De La Hoya had really, where he was trying to get them up, help their profiles and get behind and push them to superstardom, things weren't really clicking. All he had was Ryan Garcia. And he said, man, I need this to work. I need this stuff with Ryan Garcia and for Golden Boy and for our business. I need it to work. Now, I'm not saying Golden Boy is going broke. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when Canelo left, a whole lot of money went out that door. That's a fact. But he had the secret weapon. And you saw they almost lost Ryan Garcia. All that shit with that Tank fight. They made a whole bunch of money. But you see, going into that Tank fight, they weren't treating Ryan really good. I think they saw Ryan as expendable. But then they saw, one is how Ryan fought. He fought hard. He got stopped. They saw the money made. They saw how the pay-per-view performed. And that helped to get Oscar. You hear him now. I'm back, man. Golden Boy's back. I ain't back. I'm not taking shit from no one. I ain't back. All of a sudden, Oscar De La Hoya is out here not holding his horses, taking it to the stupid. You're not going to let nobody talk to me. I just made 30 or so million for my company. Ryan made whatever he made. Tank made what he made. But Golden Boy made Huge profits. So now, Bill, you want to bring your son over here? Yes, sir. Bring him over. We're going to give y'all the red carpet treatment because we need your son, Devin Haney, as the sacrificial lamb to continue my reconstitution and rebuilding and reestablishing Golden Boy Promotions in the boxing world. You did your job. Attaboy. Thank you so much, sir. Take this knockout and get the hell out of Dodge. That's exactly what they did. Now, I do think they played him. I think they played him. I know they did. They never had any intentions of making the weight. But this is why we got to say, we got to be careful because words matter. Bill Haney said, oh, they cheated. All right, stop. Wait a minute, right? Hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. How did they cheat? They didn't cheat. If they had loaded hand wraps, if they were on pads, if they were headbutting, throwing elbows, they didn't cheat. They didn't cheat at all. They broke the contract. They contracted to come in at a weight 140. They broke the contract. So as a result, there was a penalty. Either Bill had a choice to not go forward with the fight, or, hey, negotiate something for the fight to go forward. And of course, it comes down to money. They were greedy. What, an easy $1.5 million? We'll take that. They were greedy and they underestimated Ryan. Ryan didn't cheat. Stop using that. That word shouldn't be used to describe what Ryan did. Was it atrocious? Was it unprofessional? Was it shady? Yeah, but did they cheat? No, they didn't cheat. So when Bill sits back now, after he's had time to take into consideration everything that's happened, right? And the one thing he regrets is, what did he say? Not enforcing the 3 pounds. He says that's calculated, that's cheating. It's calculated, but shit ain't cheating. It's not cheating. And how he would have enforced the 3 pounds, I don't think he could have enforced it. My understanding is, based on the rules out there in New York, once you're over 2 pounds, they don't force you to lose the weight. I think it's something to do with health. The fight either gets waived off or you negotiate, and that's what they did. But as far as him enforcing, Bill couldn't do anything. The problem here is, now I'm going to make an assumption now. I don't think Bill really knew the rules. And I really think he believed that Oscar De La Hoya was going to make sure that Ryan came in on the contracted weight and be professional. And I don't even think Bill for a second thought that Ryan would miss weight. I think it was, I'm talking about in the beginning. I think maybe closer to fight week, especially during fight week, I think that's when they were like, hold on a second. This MF ain't gonna make weight. He doesn't look like he's even trying to get down to 140. He still looks full. He looks hydrated. He looks strong. He looks healthy. He looks huge. And they weren't wrong about that observation. But the reality is this. They got greedy. They thought it would be an easy fight. And they found out the hard way. But I'm going to tell you this, man. When you're taking $500,000 per pound and Ryan's overweight 3 pounds and you get paid $1.5 million, there ain't nothing left to... You could talk all day. But from me, hey, I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if I go and somebody asks me to borrow money, right? I don't gamble. We in Las Vegas. I'm chilling. I'm relaxing, talking to the honeys. That's always been my thing. I'm married now. I'm just talking about me as a young guy. It's always been my thing. I'm out and about. My mission is seek and destroy, chasing down the ladies. I had some friends when you go out there, that wasn't necessarily their mission. They like to gamble. But if I have a friend say, yo, hey, Hood, let me hold $500. And I'm like, I shouldn't be asking, what do you need the money for? It doesn't matter. I'm either going to give it to him or I'm not. But if I give him $500 or $1,000 while we're out there, he goes and gambles it and he loses it, I can't come down and get mad. Because I made a decision to accept the risk of this fool taking the money and going and gambling. And as long as he said he's going to pay me back, right? Whatever. I'll give it back to you when we get back to the crib. And I'm going to pay it in a month from now. I'll give you back $1,000. That's all I can worry about. I can't be worried about, because once I give him the money, it's his money, right? But that was a decision I made. I chose, knowing that, man, it's a possibility this may not work out the way I want it, but I'll give him the money, Same thing with Bill. You knew deep down, man, this fight may not go the way I want, but hey, you know what? We'll take that 1.5 million and I'll send my son out there. But you know what, man, I just feeling kind of uneasy. I made a choice to give my friend the money. He gambled and lost it. Now the consequence is me sitting there stressing over, is this fool going to be able to pay me back when we get back? But as long as he pays me back, we're good. Bill made a choice to accept that 1.5 million, right? And the consequence was accepting the risk of his son being at a disadvantage, going in with Ryan Garcia, who was faster and had more power than him, and was obviously coming in hydrated and more fueled and stronger. So that's how it goes, man. Risk versus reward. But don't start coming out here talking about, oh, they cheated. They didn't cheat. They hustled you. And Bill's supposed to be a street guy and hustle and talking all this nonsense. He's too old to be talking that dumb shit, right? But at the end of the day, they hustled you, man. They played you, Bill. They played your son. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But that's what happened. You got hustled, man. And unfortunately, it was at the expense of your son. He got beat down pretty good in that fight. But now, if you ask me, should they have canceled the fight and the 14,000 paying fans who were coming up to the Barclays Center, send them back home? I don't know if they should have scrapped the fight. I don't know. But what I will say is, I think Ryan wins the fight no matter what. 140, 135, 147, 160. I think Ryan beats him. But I'll say this, right? However, in that second round, when Devin landed the mega boom, his own mega boom left hook on Ryan, and Ryan was hurt and his nose started twitching, I do feel if he would have made 140 and Devin hit him with that, I'm not so sure Ryan would have been able to stand up to that. I think you would have seen, Devin go down and get hurt in the first round, then Ryan go down in the second round, and then we got to fight. But, I think Ryan not draining himself and remaining hydrated, I think that helped him to absorb that shot, because Devin hit him with some shit in that second round. That left hand rocked Ryan. And you saw the second, the third, fourth rounds, those were all Devin rounds. Clear Devin rounds. So I think it took Ryan a few rounds to shake that off. But once he got the right hand, incorporated the right hand and got back to the game plan, you saw what happened. So at the end of the day, the way Bill Haney puts it, his son puts it, because, they say they're devout, Muslims, Allah is the perfect planner. I don't get into my background. I don't judge anybody. I'm not saying Bill is a good example for anything. I'm not saying he's a bad example for anything. All I'm saying is, when it comes to that fight, Ryan Garcia, his team, and Golden Boy, they didn't cheat. They just hustled him. Bill got hustled, and he doesn't like it. And he shouldn't like it. But when you listen to guys out here, the Tim Bradleys and these other guys talking, man, it's a win for Bill, and it showed that Devin took everything Ryan had and he got up and Devin didn't. He lost the fight, but he didn't lose the battle. And yo, man, quit taking it to the stupid. You know what I'm saying? He lost. He lost the fight. He lost the battle because nobody got him on stage partying. Nobody got him on a world tour down in Miami and hanging out with the damn ex-president and going over other countries chilling. Devin lost the goddamn battle. And I'm gonna tell you what makes this worse, right? Now, when I'm reflecting upon the fight, right, I'm gonna tell you this. I've already dissected the fight. I already did it. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is here. Ryan Garcia didn't cheat, but because they got greedy over there and thought they had an easy fight, I'm talking about Team Haney, they put themselves in a horrible space. Devin retained his WBC strap. I'm good. Okay, hey, if you're gonna, not be a professional and make the weight, you don't deserve to win the belt. I got to keep it. I don't quite agree with him keeping it, but I understand, because it's the way he lost. But at the same time, the playing field wasn't really level. You know what I'm saying? Arturo Gatti did it to Gamache. Floyd did it to Juan Manuel Marquez. It happens in boxing. Guys come in much bigger, stronger. It happens. Salido did it to Lomachenko. It happens, right? It's not cool, but at the end of the day, it happens. But with Devin going forward, Ryan Garcia exposed a lot of things about Devin Haney that I don't think we would have seen if Ryan would have, made the weight at 140. I think Ryan, no matter what, he hits anybody clean with that left hand, he hurts him. But what you saw with Devin is if you can get close to him and touch him, you can put him down. Does Devin have a good chin? I think he has a pretty good chin. He don't have the best chin, but he has a good chin. You got to understand, Ryan has freakish power with that left hand, and he's got power in that right. But I just think with Devin going forward, even this guy, Sando Martin, he's going to box him. Devin got to outbox a master boxer. That's going to be a very interesting fight. But Martin got a little pop too. But Devin has obviously a little respectable power at 140. I'm not going to downplay that. But I just think he loses. I think he loses to Sando Martin. I don't think he beats him. But we gotta wait and see how that goes. I could be wrong. I'm not just out here jumping on the bandwagon with everybody thinking, oh, we're gonna dogpile Devin Haney and just say he loses to everybody. No, I'm not gonna do that. Because if Devin sticks to what he does well, which is footwork, using his speed and his amazing boxing ability, Devin can get out here and put the beans on people. Hell, Paulie Malignaggi did it for a long time. Devin has more power than Paulie. I think he's faster than Paulie. I think he has more IQ than Paulie. But I think Paulie Malignaggi has a better chin. So, it's kind of sad that we've kind of categorized Devin Haney. I kind of put him in the same category with Paulie Malignaggi. But I think that's fair. We can't put him in the same category with Ruslan Provodnikov as far as his power. I think that's a fair comparison. And then with Amir Khan, if Amir Khan at 140 and Devin Haney at 140, Amir Khan would knock him out. Amir Khan had them long arm speed and power. And his chin wasn't that bad back then. But it's just the speed, power, the work rate. The speed, power, the work rate is just crazy with Amir Khan. Footwork. There's a reason why this man was 17-year-old silver medalist. You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan would have beat Devin Haney. But when it comes to the chin, you gotta throw Devin Haney down in that category with an Amir Khan, as far as the chin that just can't stand up to huge power. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Devin Haney is an amazing fighter, but I kind of see him as Devin, Khan, Malignaggi, Haney. You know what I'm saying? That's what I kind of see. And people will laugh at that. Oh, damn, you're killing them, you're clowning them. No, it's the truth. But look at what Paulie Malignaggi did. Look at what Amir Khan did. Those guys went on to become champions and whip a lot of people's asses. You know why? Because they knew what their strengths were and they stuck to what they did good. Amir Khan, balls were a little bit too big. He wanted to stand there and exchange too much, and he got caught. Paulie really wasn't stupid enough to do that. Later in his career, the legs were going. He wasn't able to get out of trouble the way he was used to when he was younger, and he started to get hit a bit more. But at the end of the day, ain't no crying, Nobody should be whining. And I think Bill Haney is, I don't think he's crying. But I think, again, he's kind of internalizing everything. And he's saying, man, these MFers really played us. And they did. Bill Haney got what he wanted. His son in a big super fight to make some good money. But he didn't get it on a level playing field. He got hustled. Hustle man got hustled. And Golden Boy and them got what they want. For Ryan Garcia to go on to superstardom, to become a global phenomenon in boxing. And it is what it is. But I just think, this is a whole nother video I can give you right now. So I'm going to save it for that. But Ryan Garcia could be on mission self-destruction. Because he out here talking about fighting AJ. I'm not making that shit up. He calling out AJ. This man calling out everybody. It could just be more trolling, more just, pot stirring. More taking it to the stupid. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to sit back to see if Ryan Garcia self-destructs because it's a huge win. He's riding the wave. And we're going to see just if he stays disciplined and goes kind of overboard like Andy Ruiz did after he beat Anthony Joshua. And his career hasn't been the same, but he has an opportunity to get back on track. And we're going to see what Ryan Garcia does. And I'm going to tell you this, the thing about Ryan Garcia, and his dad and his mom, but his dad in particular, I don't think Ryan Garcia, just from what I've seen, I don't know if he'll, but what do you tell your son when he's got dough like that, worth like over $100 million? What do you tell your son? He's a grown man, but I don't know if they can really keep him grounded and rooted in reality and keep him humble. I think Ryan is kind of his own man. He's got a lot of dough, a lot of freedom, a lot of luxuries that a lot of people don't have. So you just got to sit back and wait and see, what happened with Ryan Garcia. But the bottom line, Bill Haney talking about they cheated over there. They didn't cheat you, Bill. They didn't cheat you. They hustled you. All right? And you have every right to feel a kind of way about that. But don't question what happened. Just be smart with Devin. Get him to stick to what he does well. And I think Devin Haney's all right. But when you got to go up against these killers like Matias and I think even Teo, I think that's an interesting fight. I don't just think Teofimo gets in there and has an easy fight with him. I think if Devin Haney boxes, Teo could be frustrated just like Jermaine Ortiz, who I think beat Teo. He could be frustrated like when he was fighting Jermaine Ortiz. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? That being said, y'all keep cool. The Haney's got hustle. It is what it is. Yo, I'm in the breeze.